Despite what uninformed Sony and Microsoft fans might be telling you, the past couple years have been a great time to be a Nintendo fan. With some awesome games that are already out and others that are on the horizon, Nintendo seems to be closing 2014 with a bang and starting the new year with an even bigger one. However, this video is focused towards the huge population of people who owns a 3DS. So if you have one of these glasses-less 3D portable game consoles, these are the top 5 games you should already have in your library. If you don't have a 3DS, here are the top 5 reasons why you should get one. Number 5. Mario Kart 7. The iconic karting game featuring the colorful cast of characters from the famous Plumbers universe is back in action in the latest iteration of this amazing racing game for the 3DS. Mario Kart 7 stays true to the awesomeness of its core while introducing several new mechanics that freshen up the long-running series. An example of this is the glider that can now be seen in Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U. Not to mention the fact that some of the tracks now have segments that take place underwater, thus making the karts fully submersible and adding a new depth to the game. You can even customize your karts, the frames, the tires, and the glider itself. People who have played a Mario Kart game will be right at home with this latest installment for the portable version. But if for some reason you've been living under a rock and never played one of these awesome games, you owe it to yourself to give this a good go. And by the by, I still hate getting hit by those damn blue shells. Number 4. Bravely Default. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when this title came about, it kinda took me by surprise a little bit. First off, it had kind of an odd but yet alluring and cool name. Bravely Default. Those are two words that you wouldn't really expect to go together, right? But what we got here is the classic Japanese RPG game. And in fact, this game was developed by the king of JRPGs themselves, Square Enix. In fact, this game is somewhat of a spiritual successor to Final Fantasy IV, Heroes of Light. So what do we get here with this game? First off, you get the nostalgia of classic RPG games, which is so magnificently replicated here with a turn-based combat system in which your party of characters all get their separate action depending on what you want them to do. However, Bravely Default introduces an interesting mechanic where you can choose to make your characters do their default option, which allows you to store these things called battle points for later use. But that's not the exciting part. The exciting part is when you use the Brave mode, and the character that's using it does a hail of multiple attacks. The game did so well here in its localized version for Western regions that we actually have a sequel to look forward to. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling brave today. Number 3. Fire Emblem Awakening. Fire Emblem is a hidden gem amongst Nintendo's many lists of iconic franchises, but despite the addictive chessboard style-like gameplay and many of the games themselves being great and solid, not many people have actually played them. Many people only know of their existence because of that blue-haired sword guy in Super Smash Bros. That being said, Intelligent Systems, the developers of the Fire Emblem series, saw the sales for Western markets and also saw that their games weren't doing too well. With that in mind, they decided that if they were done with the Lords and Pegasus Knights of the world they created, they'd end it with a spectacular bang. The product of their best efforts gave us Fire Emblem Awakening. This game pretty much saved Fire Emblem's future and continuing, and it's no surprise to see why. Awakening has many things working for it. Wonderful looking anime-inspired cutscenes, that classic strategy turn-based combat on a grid, a huge cast of characters, all unique with their own quirks, and a fantastically told story. What Awakening does here is not only give us a great game in terms of the actual gameplay, but an equally great, if not amazing, narrative. The story itself, while not being too terribly original, lends itself well to the colorful characters, and through its share of humor, when you observe the relationships grow between your characters, it's surprisingly touching as well. I'm sure I wasn't the only one who cried in the last moments of the campaign. If you've only known Fire Emblem through the Smash Bros. Games, like how I once did, you owe it to yourself to pick this up and command your army on the battlefield. Number 2. The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. If your favorite Legend of Zelda game was A Link to the Past, you'll love A Link Between Worlds. Using the same iconic top-down view style of its predecessor, it also takes place in the same world as well. However, what this game did so well that broke from the traditional Zelda formula was that it got rid of the linear nature of the game. Like all the other Legend of Zelda games, you acquire various items and weapons, some old and classic, and others brand new such as the Tornado or Sand Rod. However, you don't find these items in the dungeons. Instead, you rent them for a small fee. This means that you can do these excellently well-designed dungeons in whatever order you want. Another unique feature of the game is how Link can merge into the walls as a painting, and you can actually traverse over certain objects, move between tight spaces, and also move between the worlds of Hyrule and Lorule. So wear your green hats, fasten your sword and shield, and return to this amazing world. Before we talk about our number 1 for this list, let's talk about some honorable mentions that didn't quite make it, but you should still own these amazing titles anyway. Number 1. Super Smash Bros. 4. Face it guys, you saw this coming, and if you say you didn't, then you're a damn liar. Again, like Mario Kart, Smash Bros. Stays true to its core, and what it's good at, and improving on them in so many different ways, featuring the biggest roster we've had yet of Nintendo's biggest all-stars, and some other third-party characters like Mega Man and Pac-Man. This game is surprisingly packed with content, considering that this is a port of a game that was console limited to a portable system. You'll find many things to keep you busy here. The much improved solo classic mode, ever-present stadium modes such as Multi-Man Smash, the Home Run event, and a few more. There's also a new Angry Birds type mode where you do damage to a bomb and launch it to destroy objects on the other side of the screen. The all-new, extremely fun mode Smash Run, and most importantly, where you'll probably spend most of your time smashing against your other friends and people from all around the world in either online or local multiplayer. For the skeptics out there, don't be scared. This game lent itself surprisingly well to the 3DS, and as well as being one of the best looking games on the 3DS, it very much smashed my expectations. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. So there you have it guys, those are my top 5 games for the Nintendo 3DS. Now there are a lot of awesome games for this that couldn't even make the honorable mentions that you should still get anyway, because honestly guys, it was really hard to narrow this list down to just 5. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave me a thumbs up and let me know that you actually enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe to stay tuned for more awesome content from me, Matt the Exploreman 724. If I got this list completely wrong, you think should be something else, let me know down below. If you just want to let me know how I'm doing, also let me know down below. So anyway guys, for all my American viewers out there, have a very happy Thanksgiving. Be safe out there, eat lots of turkey, have fun. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Outro!